So, what has Brazil done with the area that it's deforested? It's produced agricultural products, especially soybeans and cattle. As you can see here, Brazil is the number one producer of soy and the number one producer of beef exports. Millions of cattle now roam deforested areas, and a lot of farmers are growing their soybean on deforested land. The Brazilian gross domestic product is $1.4 trillion. That's almost the same as Russia. And a lot of that is attributed to the deterioration of the forest to make room for this cultivation, right? And using cut and burn tactics to make this agricultural production possible. And this has resulted in, once again, a lot of tree cover loss. And specifically because agricultural production requires roads and it also requires a market. And both of those things have increased in the past few decades, so much so that, Brazil is the number one exporter of these goods, and that roads have now been developed all throughout the Amazon. And as you can see, the deforestation kind of tracks these paths through the Amazon where the highways are. Deforestation and fires are correlated. And as deforestation increases, so do fire use. And that's because they are tied. Deforestation and fire use are used together to create arable land. And on the right, you'll see here that vertical line on the red bar, that's when the current president enacted a ban on fires in August, and deforestation decreased. This is the current president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro. He is a business-friendly, conservative, a president since 2019 who has been called out by international communities for not doing enough to conserve the forest. Specifically, Bolsonaro has enacted a 95% reduction in climate change response from his budget. The Brazilian Environmental Agency must announce logging raids before they happen, and therefore they cannot successfully capture illegal logging. And the rates of 2019 of capturing illegal wood and fines were really, really low, the lowest ever recorded. And this promotes illegal activity. It promotes destruction of the rainforest, whereas his predecessor, Lula, as he's called, was a president from 2002 to 2011, and he promoted conservation of the forest through collaboration with non-governmental organizations, as well as policies that outlined a 30% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions for the country by 2020, and the 2004 action plan for the protection and control of deforestation in the Amazon, which tried to do three things: create ecological reserves, monitor land use from satellite imaging, and promote sustainable agriculture. So a big difference there between those two presidents. And effectively, the attempts to prevent deforestation and fires in the Brazilian Amazon have largely been unsuccessful, although there are numerous examples, such as the 1996 law prohibiting more than 20% of removal of forest on properties, and that's just been completely not enforced. So a big current issue is road development, right? And between now and 2026, thousands of miles of roads are planned to be developed, and that's going to have a really big impact on deforestation because people who want to engage in deforestation, they rely on the roads and they deforest land right next to the roads, right? So some solutions is to help small farmers practice more sustainable agriculture, and also to encourage forest preservation through tax laws and also to encourage technology to increase the production of food on existing land, so to prohibit or to prevent further deforestation, and also to really collaborate with private industries to encourage this types of investments. On a broader scale, the world can engage in protecting the Amazon by really encouraging decreased demand for beef and soy and pressure for the Brazilian government to do more to protect the Amazon rainforest. This is an image of a city in the heart of the Amazon during a major firestorm. It's unhealthy, it's unsafe, and it's terrible. Thank you so much for learning about fires in the Amazon. I've had a wonderful time, and I hope the Amazon stops burning, and I'm going to have one less burger this week.